So now coming up this hill section once again, and oh no, we've been tapped. No, don't lose it. Oh, what the hell? Who the hell did that? Yo, what's up guys, welcome to the channel, and today I'm back again for another last question mark race. So this one is going to be on RFactor 2 in the Formula E cars. So obviously it was Valencia this weekend, and it was a very interesting race to say the least for race 1.
Am I being dramatic here? Is De Vries going to be the only driver to finish this race? Across the line, and the checker flag's not there. There's another lap. None of them have energy. Yeah, this is an absolute catastrophe. De Vries is going to be the only driver. Yeah. Maybe Cassidy.
What's going on? Look, they're all weaving around because
all of the field, apart from Mercedes, have miscalculated the length of the race.
So yeah, I thought I'm going to drive a Stoffel Vandoorne in the Mercedes EQ today around Valencia, starting dead last, and try and make my way nicely up the grid. See if I can try and replicate what he did to get P3. Obviously it's going to be a bit more difficult because 1, everyone's not going to run out of energy like they did in real life, and 2, it's a bit of a different layout. It's the full layout, not the Formula E layout. So yeah, but let's just jump straight into this and see how it goes then. So here we go then. Let's try and have a good start here then. As Stoffel Vandoorne in the Mercedes EQ team at Valencia, and it is lights out, and away we go here. And it's a pretty decent start, not gonna lie, in the wet conditions. This is actually my first ever last question mark Formula E race, so it's gonna be quite interesting to say the least, as we try into turn 1, trying to get ahead of the Dragon car there, I think it was, and also the official Formula E livery car. I don't know why that's in the game, but now we're trying down the inside of the BMW, and we managed to make that stick very nicely. Now down the inside of our teammate De Vries. I need to really watch out here because obviously there's slippery conditions, and if I step 1 foot wrong and take both of us out, it'll be a massive lose for Mercedes. So I just need to really watch out, as Nick De Vries is sliding all over the place there. He really needs to watch out with the traction, just showing that everyone is losing all amount of grip, so he needs to really watch out and watch his mirrors, because I'm going to try and move eventually at some point, maybe down here, but I decided to back out of it just at the last minute. I don't want to destroy both our races and ruin Mercedes' chances of a good result here, so obviously both of us starting near the back isn't ideal, to say the least, but we will try and push on and take it a bit of a wet line there, not going to lie, so really just taking it as much as possible on trying to find different grip levels around the track and beat the AI really, as we try around the outside here of Nick De Vries. Can we make this move stick? If we make this move stick, it'll be incredible. Try and get on the traction, but De Vries just gets better traction out of there compared to me. I'm going to get a bit of a tow from the BMW up ahead, break a lot later into the uphill section here, managed to make him stick very nicely on Nick De Vries. Now let's try and get Gunter in the BMW, I think this is, so try and send it maybe down around the outside. We Aquaplaning straight on here, really got to watch out, and somehow managed to make a triple overtake there, both Audis and the BMW of Gunter, which is absolutely mental to say the least. Coming to start lap 2 then of 4 laps, as I made it 6 minutes, which is about 4 laps. So yeah, it's starting to really rain now. You start seeing the spray come into play, so we really need to watch out for that as well, as Muller goes a bit wide there, just showing how easy it is to make mistakes in these conditions around this track and these cars. So we really need to watch out for this, as Muller's looking to struggle a little bit here on the traction out of corners, so maybe we can try and have a go, but we get a bit of a dodgy exit there because of the traction. But we're going to try and use our late braking in the wet to our advantage and really try and make time and positions on everyone. But Muller's looking to hold very nicely as we go very wide again, just the aquaplane and the understeer kicking it at the same time. They're really struggling as we come up towards the sweeping left-hander. Got a bit of an FPS lag there, not gonna lie, so I apologise about that. But we'll try and sit in the slipstream here as we come up to the left-hander kink, and then down towards a very heavy braking zone. Really got to watch out for these heavy braking zones in the wet, as you can just lock the tyres and completely slide off track into the gravel trap and get stuck, which would not help our chances whatsoever. Can we try and maybe send it down the inside of Muller here into the hairpin section and manage to somehow make that work? I don't know how, but we managed to make it work as a bit of a late breaker move. Now coming up to the uphill section once again, really got to try and stick with these guys up ahead. Next is the Tech Cheetah car, I think that is. So we'll try and chase him down, maybe send it down inside into the final corner. Obviously, managed to make a move last time, and now we're trying it again down the inside into the final corner on the Tech Cheetah this time of John-Eric Verne, I think that was, and we managed to make him stick very nicely. Actually, as soon as we moved out of the spray of him, we managed to get clear vision again, and the only problem is that we will get that drips on the halo and a bit of fuzzy vision once again as we slot in behind the Neo car, I think that is, up ahead, as we go a bit wide there, just showing the grip levels are really bad and just aquaplaning a bit. So we really need to watch out for that, as we're really trying to attack the Neo car and then the Mahindra. So a bit of a train going on up here, as the leaders are starting to pull away a bit, so that's not great for everyone. But it looks like it's gone very cloudy and starting to rain heavy again. It's suddenly just stopped for a bit, but it's looking like it's starting again now. Interesting weather conditions, to say the least. As let's try and get a very good exit. Maybe send it down inside of Rast. Can we send it here? Will this work? God knows, but we've done it. And maybe he might try and come back down the inside with a bit of FPS lag again. I apologise about this, I don't know what's going on, but we managed to make him stick very nicely on Rast. Now we got to try and get down the inside of the Neo car, but it looks to just pull away there very nicely. We really need to watch out, because I'm finding that the track conditions are getting worse and worse, and we really don't want to lock the tyres, as we have actually locked the tyres. Oh, we're going straight on. No, get off the brake, get off the brake. Don't end up in the barrier. Oh, we keep it going. Somehow, we kept that going. I have no clue how, but that was almost my race completely over. We lost a few positions because of it, but I'm just glad to still be in this race, nevertheless. So just after I had that massive moment aquaplaning off track, just behind me, Gunter actually spins off into the gravel and actually gets himself stuck momentarily and loses loads of positions there, down to last, sadly for him. So we need to try and make the time that we lost back now. But that just really shows that we really need to be careful with the traction and the aquaplaning, as there was nothing I could have done there. I was just holding the brake, then releasing it just to try and turn full lock, and nothing was happening. It was just keeping going straight. And luckily that barrier didn't have my name on it today, so thankfully we managed to avoid that. But still, about a lap to go. We need to try and make the positions back that we lost then, or at least a couple of them, as Muller once again going a bit wide there, and we've actually got a very good exit. Try maybe down the inside here into this next corner. Can we make this move stick? Obviously thinking about the aquaplane, and we have managed to make him stick very nicely down the inside of him. And now we just need to really watch out. Obviously I want to make these moves back, but I'm really worried about aquaplaning straight off again and losing even more time, and maybe even ending my race in the barrier or the gravel trap, which is not ideal. But we managed to make the move stick very nicely on the Tech Cheetah once again around the outside there. And now is the Mahindra, I think, so we need to try and get him again. It's going to be very difficult though. Obviously he's a bit distance now compared to us, and there's only like half a lap to go, so we've kind of messed this up a bit for ourselves. And you may have noticed at the beginning, I'm just going to point this out now, I actually wasn't starting last for whatever reason. I don't know why the game put me there. I chose last, but for whatever reason it just put me 16th. So yeah, really it's not a last question mark, but pretty much back of the grid to as high as we can go. So yeah, at the moment we are P14, so we need to try and keep pushing and maybe try and get this Mahindra on this final lap as we come up the hill section for the final time. Let's see if we can try and gain time here. We do gain a bit of time. Looks like the AI are really struggling with traction through here. Maybe we could try into final corner for the final time. A bit risky. I don't want to aquaplane. I will aquaplane a tiny bit there, but manage to save it this time. Maybe we can get a good exit, try and get some slipstream down the final straight. But it doesn't look like we are, because the slipstream's not great in these cars. But we come home in P14. So I'll take that any day. Pretty decent result. But yeah, it definitely could have been better if we didn't aquaplane and make that massive mistake, sadly. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to leave this video here. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe. But thank you for watching, and goodbye.